Hey everybody, welcome to DJNTV. We're hanging on the Monday night. We're just hanging like a Monday night show. We have a full entourage. There's lots of people in the room tonight. I'd like to welcome you for coming through and tuning in. We appreciate you guys. It's 11:45 on the East Coast, and we're taping our Monday night show a little bit late tonight, but it's nice to have everyone here. It just took a bit to get our wagons circled, so to speak. So before we get started, we'd like to thank our sponsor. We'd like to thank DJ Event Planner. You'll find their information in the comments for the video. Please check them out and give them a look. And that's what keeps the show on the air. So we appreciate your sponsorship. We appreciate the comments. And it's nice to have everybody here. So quickly, left to right, just like to say hello to everybody quickly. Hello, Brian, BSR, here with us in the house tonight. Jay Brandon here with us. And
how do these people get in my room?
Yeah, well, how'd you people? All right, Dorothy. Eric Wilburn Mass is here. DJ Eric, nice to see you. Good to have you. DJ Damon is here with us.
What up, Bill?
Detroit. And Billy D is right here. 617, Sound City.
Bill Costa?
Tom's going to hang out with us for this one. And we've got in the wings, we've got Brian K, Mikey Mike, and Kevin. Ohio Kevin is also here with us. So tonight's topic, just real quick, we're on the edge of 2025. We came through another year. We've all been pretty successful. We talk amongst ourselves, and we know we've all been pretty busy. So what we'd like to focus tonight's discussion on is, going into 2025, we're going to just each maybe name a couple of things that we think are the most important aspects that we're going to focus on to be successful in 2025. Where are we going to put our energies, and what, a lot of things we all do great. Some things that we always need improvement on, like, are we doing the right amount of social influencing? Are we doing the right amount of advertising? Are we reaching out and shaking hands in the public? So we're just going to kind of just leave it open and let everyone speak a little bit about their progress, their process, and where they hope to be in this up and coming year. So that's it. It's just pretty much a loose talk, and if we want to go in order, I guess maybe I'll lead in, and then I'll give it to BSR, and then Jay can follow. It's like we're busy. Sometimes we're so busy that we forget to keep being, pursuing being more busy. There's a point where you get this attrition of being so, you get that analysis paralysis kind of thing, I think they call it. It's you're looking at all the stuff that has to get done, but you're so focused on the events that are now, is like you really don't have the energy to put into chasing stuff down in the future. You're kind of pinned in, locked in, and you just want to make sure that the events that you have coming up will be the best they can be. And that's always a priority, but we always have to look beyond where we are to where we want to be, and just keep making sure that there's plenty of irons in the fire, so to speak. My relationship here with Bill, who's here with us tonight, we've got a lot of stuff going on, and we do a lot of stuff on the corporate level. And we were joking tonight, like we spend more time setting rigs up and tearing them down than we do press play and cue on the play button sometimes. It's just the nature of the game.
Some days, yes.
But the phone keeps ringing, and if the sun don't rise and the earth don't fry, Jay, you know where that's from.
Charles Laquidere, I believe.
Good Lord's will.
That's a name. That's a name.
We'll all still be here. And, so it's always about, where's our advertising going? And our focus, I think, collectively is, with the two of us being in business, it's, keep it hot and keep it moving forward. And even though we've got stuff that we have to really focus on and zero in on, that, and clicking all these boxes matters until we get to that point, you still want to have stuff lined up in the future. So your advertising, I think, should be a focus. And I think maybe some of you guys will hit on that as to what you're doing, is whether you want to be a social media hit, maybe you want to be on Instagram, like how many videos do you put up a day? Do you judge your success by clicks and likes and views? So that's one element of it. And I think that's something that all of us can probably learn something on. Just 2025 is going to change the world, as far as it's not so important that you have a website anymore. Secondly, just the other thing I'll quickly touch on too is, with the clients that approach you, like probably one of your best selling points is the fact that you are organized. If you set dates with them and say, I want to talk to you at this time, this time, this time, it looks like you have your stuff together. And I just think as a business looking at another business, there's nothing more frustrating when you try to make the call or try to make the connection, and you just can't get in touch with somebody. So be available, be accessible by phone call, by text, by email, by social media, whether it's Messenger or IG Messenger or however people reach out to you. Stay in the loop and don't lose sight of the fact that people are communicating in different ways these days. So part of your organization is being able to have that meeting or get that checklist filled out, especially if it's a wedding or something that is so detail heavy that you can get that information and make sure you're there in front of your clients that really just want to help make your day, make it easier for you to do what you need to do for them, if that makes any kind of sense. Because sometimes we just feel like we're beating our head against the wall. It's like I sent this form out and they're not answering because I sent it to them in an email, and like maybe you should text them. Maybe, God forbid, you call them. That's the last thing they want, these ones nowadays. Don't call me. Text me, email me, anything but call me. Don't call me.
Text is huge.
Yeah, text is important, but have that relationship. It's like, hey, I'm not going to be here just hitting you with spam all the time. This is to help serve you better. This is in your best interest that you stay in communication with me. Those are just my two. I think communication and the repurposing of advertising. I'll start with, and then I'll kick it right here to BSR, and maybe he can give us a few tips of what he's thinking about with the year coming forward.
Oddly enough, I'm thinking about something that is probably not exactly what you had in mind for me to talk about, but the other day there was a news story that broke that Fat Man Scoop collapsed on stage in Connecticut and died. And he was my age. I mean, I'm a few months older than him, but he would have been 53, like on the 6th or the 7th of this month. So he almost made 53, about the same age. And it got me thinking about something, and that's my health. And that's my weight. I mean, the guy had Fat Man in his name. And I'm thinking about all of the overweight DJs that I know who we've lost that were friends of mine over the past several years. Then I got thinking about all of the DJs that I currently know who are, I'll be blunt, obese, and I'm worried about them. And then I got thinking about myself and what I'm eating. I need to be able to go out there and do the work. If I can't do the work, if I don't have the wind, if I don't have the energy, I can't do it. So I got to focus on my health. Not in 2025, but starting now for 2025, I need to focus on my health. And I think we would all serve ourselves well to do that. Make some good choices. We're not kids anymore. Let's take care of ourselves so we can continue to do what we do. I mean, as far as me as a DJ, I'm what I call the fall guy. And the joke on that is I get all these last minute calls in fall for all these weddings. And that's how it works. I don't book 6 months in advance. I don't chase clients. They usually chase me. And things do come to me. It's kind of nice. I don't have to sell myself that way. They already know who I am. And that's just kind of where I'm at as a DJ and as a business. I know that there are people out there who want my services and appreciate my services. And those are the people that I really enjoy working with, be it on the DJ level or the consulting level. But yeah, health, man. And I know that's a weird answer, but
it matters. If we're not healthy, we can't be the best for our clients. I totally agree.
Yeah. You got to, it's like I tell my kid, I mean, you can't take care of anybody until you take care of yourself first.
Even on the airplanes, if we're in a matter of trauma, you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you can help anybody else. Because you're no good to anybody if you're not, viable. So
you're not the first one to say that, Brian.
Yes. I agree 100%.
The other thing I'm thinking about too, and it's scary. I mean, we all knew Jimmy. We lost Jimmy 2 years ago.
Yes.
And, Jimmy went slow. And we watched Jimmy go. Fat Man Scoop, like that. He was on stage doing his thing, and he went.
That was so sad. I don't encourage anyone to watch the video, but I had seen it, and he says, if you really hit a party, puff, put your hands up, and that was the end of them. And that's how we went out, man. And
that's awful. But that's fast. You didn't even see it coming. And a lot of people think they're okay. Jay and I had a friend, Mark Mosley, who was working on his weight. He was losing weight. He was doing really well, but it
was at the gym all the time.
It was too little, too late.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, that happens too. So I mean, I'm not the pillar of health. I got kind of the dad bod thing going right now. It's, but I'm not obese yet. I know that I need to do something about this. And so that's my focus. And that's what I would encourage everybody to do, especially as old farts. We're not kids anymore.
There's been a lot of majors that have dropped in the sense of they're in the middle of performance. I mean, even band members that have done that. And you got to think about the lifestyle and what you're doing and how you're eating, and all of that plays. I mean, even as wedding guys, or you're on, I mean, how good is a wedding meal?
Right. No, you're right.
Really.
It's very savory, and it's very rich in a lot of fats. And if you're eating one 3 times a week at the
wedding meal, let's make it taste really good, because
it's never and it sounds weird, but it's never a big deal to go to the deli, get yourself a nice loaf of wheat bread, or some really nice artesian bread, put some nice lean meat on there, if that's what you jam, or lettuce or whatever and bring it with you, man. I mean,
or lettuce. What do you have against lettuce, man? Or lettuce.
That's
whatever. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm carnivorous. I'm carnivorous, but I try not to eat processed foods. If you slice it, it ain't that bad. But if it's,
I'm 100% with you. Processed food, no. And
processed is bad. Yeah.
That's where I was going with that. Stop thinking that I got to get a vendor meal. Start bringing something that's better for you, that you're going to eat on site, and you made yourself, and you brought it with you, and nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, that's actually better for you, and you're less weighed down. And I don't know, maybe Jay can tie into this. Brian, did you have anything else before? Are you good?
No, that's just I'm sorry to take it in that direction, but I mean, I really think
that's keeping it real, man. That's absolutely keeping it real. So, appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna have to look out for ourselves. No one's gonna remind us to be healthy. We have to just subconsciously.
And I'm not the pillar health. You guys have all seen me limping around these shows. I do my
John,
best.
You're talking about what are we thinking in the future? And the future is let's be healthy about what we're doing.
Be here in the future.
Yeah, to be able to do whatever you want to do, regardless if it's being busy or not being busy.
To the level we do it now, like there's probably some changes we can all make, just those little adjustments to still be.
But it's so easy to not be healthy in this career, in this environment of vendor meals, and we're eating mashed
no good food, poor sleep habits, everything else that comes
with it. And deep fried hors d'oeuvres and this and that, and start thinking about what you're doing on site and these venues, and maybe you want to start bringing your own stuff. And
I'll share this with you. I will share this with you. And we've had this discussion at exhaustion when it comes to should you have a vendor meal or not. Where I live culturally, it's rude to refuse sometimes. But what I'll do is I will take very small portions. I won't pile my plate full of stuff. Just a little taste of this, a little taste of this, a little taste of this. So I kind of know what's going on. I'm not filled up. Yeah. I'm not eating the greasiest thing on the menu. And, that's an option. I mean, just be aware is all I'm saying. You don't have to go, Richard Simmons or anything. Just be aware,
I will say with 617, it is company policy that the DJs do not do vendor meals.
Oh, yeah, we've
company policy. It goes to the bride and groom that do not order a vendor meal for the DJ. We all know it.
Yeah, Jay hates it.
Well, they may insist upon it, and then it's a case of like, we really should have something. We had 5 people that didn't show up. Can you please have something?
You know what?
Take it with you to go.
Take it to go.
Take it to go.
Yep.
I've had people do that. Man, you got to try this barbecue. Oh, I never eat at my weddings. Dude, really? Seriously? We went out of our way to get this. Great. I'd like it to go container. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. No one's ever complained when I've had to say, yeah, I'd like it to go container. Yeah, dude, we'll hook it up. And I'll take it home and eat it the next day, give it to the kids, whatever.
And I will honestly say, being a DJ over the years, now not doing vendor meals at an event, I find I have more energy. So you're not eating this meal in the middle that's weighting you down, remind you that
no food comas.
food coma. And it goes that direction of you have this big meal, or you eat this stuff, or you eat the filet, you eat whatever. And at that point, 45 minutes later, you're like, let's just get this over with. And I find I have more energy. And even on the breakdown, I'm like, let's motivate. Let's get out of here. Let's do this.
Well, that was it. In real life, when we were DJing bars and stuff, we would start at 10. So you ate dinner at 6, 7. You had 8, 9. Now you're there and you're playing 10 to 2 a.m. Then you get to tear down or close out or whatever, and you're getting out of there at 3, home at 4. It's like you didn't eat through any of that cycle. It's not abnormal to not eat for like 6 hours. It's just when you see everybody else eating, you feel that urge. It's like, I should probably have something. But
so what I typically do is I'll grab
a
snack on my way to the venue, and like just something. So when I get there, we're good. We're fulfilled. We set up. We do that. Meal goes through. And you know what? I can't say if there's late night snacks. I may grab a little something. Just a little something. Just to, hey, I'll grab that snack and then we're done for the night and break
something
down.
for the ride home or whatnot. Yeah, absolutely.
But Jay's right. The take it to go.
We're going to kick it over to Jay. But again,
you know what? We'll take it to go. We're good.
This is an important part of the whole package of everything. But it's again, we're looking at 2025 things we may use to benefit ourselves or help ourselves or change from what we're doing. So I'm going to send it to Jay.
Vendor meal. And how many times have we heard a photographer? Oh, I'm done shooting until.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Hey. If we get that bag and put all those cats in there. Yeah.
So
how's that working out for you?
Gotta hurt everybody.
I'm going to come to you in 2 to give you a chance to have a beverage and recoup. But I'm going to kick it to Jay right here. And it's not all about vendor meals. It's like looking at 2025, important things that you're going to change, do, or consider that maybe you hadn't looked at up until this point of the year. What do you got for us, Jay?
I think the biggest thing that I'm running into is a way to communicate to my clients what it is that I genuinely am going to do for them, because I'm running into a lot of people who don't want to hear me say, yeah, that's illegal for me to do that, or I can't do that when it comes to musical selections.
Don't tell me why you can't type of theory, or
it's the I don't understand why you can't play direct from Spotify because it's on my phone and here's my 300 songs. And I talked to another DJ and they said they have an app that they can rip all the music. I've heard this probably 6 times this year. Yeah, we talked to another DJ. He was fine with just he said he can just rip the music. There's some app you guys all have. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually illegal. Yeah. And I know artists and it's just blatantly stealing. I'm like, so if you pick music on Spotify, it's my job to find it on my hard drive or go legally purchase it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fall into the same muddy, murky, cheap, unprofessional, talentless bog that's become the mainstream wedding DJ today.
Sure.
I'd say 90% of the DJs I see now are so much more concerned with their lights, their stands, and, how their gear looks than they actually are doing their job. So I'm really struggling with trying to get clients that understand, if I was an artist, I'd show up with a blank canvas and I'd do a painting. And the vibe I'm getting is the marketplace is showing up with a canvas that's already traced out the painting, that's already set up.
So now it's paint by numbers. And
yeah, that's kind of the vibe I get.
You can join us, Alex. That's fine.
It's disheartening. And, I've had to hear for 26 years, oh, the cheap DJ is not your competition, and this one's not that, and that one's not this. It's really come down to this stage of my career, just looking at things from a perspective of, I still want to do a great job, but I want to do it on my terms somewhat. And my terms are, I want to go back to meeting with my clients.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I met with every client I ever hired or that hired me up until COVID. And I've probably done 15 weddings in the last year where I didn't see my clients till I got there. You know, that's great 20 years ago. I don't like that vibe now.
I think I have a couple. Yeah, I got a couple.
I'd like to know you before I get there, because I may say no to you. If I met you, I may have said, no, I'm not available.
I would have the right to refuse. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not a good fit for everybody.
That is true.
It's unfair to ask anybody to be something they're not. I don't think that's fair. So
no,
I totally get where you're coming. No, I get where you're coming from on this as an artist.
Yeah,
get where you're coming from.
The market has changed
the way that. Yeah.
No, I want to do the best job I can, but it's like,
no, I know you do.
You know, and I've had some clients say to me, we've got a playlist of every song we need you to play. And I'm like, let me take a look at it. And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, these are decent songs, but you're not leaving any room for me to deal or interact with the crowd. We don't want that. I said, then you don't want me as your DJ, because my specialty is taking a group of strangers and knocking them absolutely
make it make sense. Yeah, exactly.
You know how many DJs, Jay,
because
will never say that. They'll just.
But that's what it's come down to.
Smile and collect the money, and you're not really serving your client. Yeah, you're not serving your client.
I've always wanted to do 3 or 4 weddings a week. I like 3-4 weddings a week. I want to be busy 52 weeks a year. It's a money thing. It's a get in a vibe thing. It's I'm healthy. I'm fine. Whatever. But I'm starting to look around and say, you know, maybe it is 1 a week, 1 every other week, but have great weddings. I don't want to end my career someday and look back and go, man, 5, 6, 10 years ago, the writing was on the wall. You should have probably backed out, because I think I'm still in a position where, I mean, I'm having some of the best weddings of my career in the last 5 years. I really have. I'm not being
nothing wrong with that
or anything.
It's awesome.
But the problem becomes, I need to get my clients to understand what a wedding is. And I think today's social media has painted these sparklers and check out this PA and this and that. Yeah. I would love to challenge. I'd love to do a DJ booth at a show and say, here's 2 CDJs. Here's 5 CDs. Here's a mixer. You have 10 minutes. Give me 5 minutes of music.
Yeah, make me a set.
And just watch people look at you like, I gotta look it up. And it's not, I'm not chastising young DJs or new DJs. I'm saying, let's all go back a little bit and let's go back to the definition of what we do. Let's go back to, it's about the music. Yeah, the lights are cool. The stands are cool. The trussing is cool. But I see so many people now that just have convinced clients to accept all of the sizzle and none of the steak, and all of the glam and none of the substance. And it's kind of disheartening. Last night, 2 nights ago, my wedding, they were very cool about, here's 25 songs we really want. And they were all country. I'm like, great, I'll fill in the gaps. And they're like, and the quote of quotes from the groom was, yeah, man, we totally trust you. You do your artist thing. We trust you. We know
your artist thing. That's funny.
And I was like, that's awesome.
That's routine. Go ahead, run. Take this, run to the field. Yeah.
Right. That was it. She took it as, oh, you have a talent and or a job to do where you're going to do it in an artistic manner. He didn't just say, yeah, you do your DJ thing. That would have been like,
it'd be like, you're gonna play either exactly what we say, or you're gonna take some liberties, and we're gonna love it or hate it. And if we hate it, we'll come up and make requests.
Well, and if you start making requests, I'm sorry you hate it, but you know what? I proudly say I don't recall ever doing a wedding in my career, and I've had bad ones, but I've never had one that they came up at the end of the night and said, "I'll be honest, dude, we just hated it." I mean, you can't miss that many times. If you miss that many songs in a night, you shouldn't be a DJ.
There's another career choice for you, for sure.
No. And
let me ask you,
did you have anything?
Hold on one sec. Really quick on what Brian was saying. 110%. We're not getting any younger, and we do have to be cautious. And I agree with him. It's, the DJ shows. This was the first year that we sent as many double XL t-shirts to DJX. And we had a big discussion, and the comment was made by somebody with a company that I may or may not work with said,
humans are getting larger.
And they said, what size should we go up to? Because someone said, how many extra large? And they said, oh, we need like double and triple XL. Have you seen these DJs nowadays? And I was like, what's that supposed to mean? And they're like, well, a lot of you are obese.
Yeah.
They were very blunt about it. And I was like,
oh, it's true.
Oh, I'm sure coming from
and I said,
be like, what?
I can't argue.
I know that it's totally not cool for me to say the O word, but
I did.
These fools are obese, man. They're big dudes.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't respect them any less. I love these people. I loved all these men that we lost.
Put it this way, and
that's why we lost them. You know,
if this opens anybody's eyes, good luck. When I did the show in 2018, the DJ shows Expo and Mobile Beat, I had gone through this big like getting healthy kick, and I weighed 193 pounds. When I did the DJX show 3 weeks ago, I tipped the scale at 235. Now, granted, I get away with height and wearing a lot of black, but it's obvious I've put weight on.
Yeah.
But if I'm not careful, I'm going to wake up one day and be like, how the hell did I get to 300? I talked to two DJs who I thought, they're like, what do you think I weigh? I'm like, I don't know, 250, 240. That's like 310. I'm like, you should be a pro football player.
Yeah, you wear it well. Yeah. Black only hides so much, right? It's just like.
but Brian's
shape is still
the
your
best
shape.
point of the night. We all have to take a step back and say, hey, time to cut back on this. Maybe cut. I mean, most of us in this room are too old, but we all remember 20 years, 30 years ago when we could live every 4 nights a week on a jumbo jack and the ultimate breakfast sandwich at Jack in the Box after 3 or 4 beers and wake up and lose 2 pounds. Those days are gone.
Yeah, the metabolism has left the building. That's
it's way left the building.
I remember that.
I agree with you 100%. But the other side is, and I was saying this to John tonight, was either tonight or yesterday, but I go out and I do events, and there's a lot of DJs that I work with in this realm. The way I describe it is that I can out gear most of them. And what I mean by that is, I do a lot of production. These guys can't keep up with what John and I do and what we move and what we set and how we do this. And am I perfect? Absolutely not. But why can I outgear them? And I'm 8 or 10 years older than them.
Well, I mean, think about the whole Fat Man Scoop thing. I mean, he was out gigging quite a bit. I don't
think he lumped his own gear in, though. He pretty much showed
what I mean by outgear is I will lug and move and set and do this. And we're moving stuff out of vans. We're moving stuff into trucks, and we're
down flights of stairs. Like, there's stairs,
and we're up at 5 a.m. and we're moving gear. We're running this stuff till midnight, and hey, we're ready to do this again tomorrow. And we're out hearing these guys.
Bill, last week in 4 days, I drove 1,051 miles. I did 4 full shows, load in, show, load out, in 3 cities, in 3 states, in 4 days. And I got the job because the younger guys were like, oh, dude, I'm not putting up with that travel. I viewed it as, dude,
that's just the travel. That's not even the loading. That's just the travel.
That's the term I use, but why are we out gearing them?
Because we want to. You can't work like this if you don't want to. The second you don't want to do this, you can't.
If you don't have the passion, the guys without the passion won't drive.
Yeah, but you have to want it. I don't care how much passion.
Good word, John. I just used the same word. Passion. Or is it the passion?
It doesn't get old for us. This is something that we strive to be better at every single time we go out, to try to maintain our health and not hurt ourselves, because there's a gig that counts on us 2 days from now that we're already in gig 1 of gig 2, which will be gig 3 by the time we hit the weekend. And then there's a wedding on the Saturday, because that's just our schedule. And that's just what we do.
Yes.
And we're doing it every week this month.
But
again,
one of the other things, John,
just a recap before we go to Eric.
Yeah, but in the whole idea of what you're throwing out for this particular event or this recording, what is what we're going to do. And one of the things for me is network. I want to expand the network. So I met John because of Jay. And John is literally around the corner from me.
Sorry.
The lucky bastard. No.
Lucky bastard.
He's like, I got it. Eric's like, oh, you poor son.
John is 20 minutes from me. And without Boston traffic. Let's just throw that in there. But
if I could fly.
If you could fly, yes. Now with Boston traffic. But yes, John is 20 minutes from me. And I met John because of Jay and because of networking. And today I can say I can't do what I do because if I can't do what I do because of John. And if we didn't have this,
I think you mean without me. I think you mean without me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Thanks. Checks in the mail, brother.
Yes, sorry, buddy. But yes, I can't do what I do without John. And why is that? Because John has the same passion I do. And when we go into networking and people forget that the other side of network is work, that is my bigger thing of what I want to do. I want to get into these groups that will bring us more work and bring us more expansion and
talent. I think part of the expansion is to find the qualified people that fit. Usually you have to be able to work with people day in, day out. There's a lot of close quarters. There's a lot of locked in time where you're stuck in a place. Like there's a good, you got to have the cohesion between those people, like-minded, work focused. There's certain things that have to jive to make, a team, and you get someone that's just coming in to collect a paycheck that's going through the motions because it means they can buy cereal on the weekend. It's not really the same love that I think all of us collectively have for it in the,
it's the same mental idea of what we do. And that's my big next venture is to network and find people that want us as a passion for a company that will go out and do what we do and want somebody in their venue or want somebody in their facility that really has a passion to do what they do and work with us.
Yeah, super cool.
John brings that in. If I'm
I get that. And we are same page. We are like-minded, and I think that's kind of why this works, and we can do what we do. So,
but it's more of if I'm not there and John's there, it's the same. There's no difference in the sense of they're looking at John as no, it's John or me, and this is what we want, and these are the people I want in my building.
And we're all happy. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. All right, we're going to kick it over to Eric. Bill, you hang on. We're going to come back to you on the last round. You might give us the wrap up because I know you got more to say. Eric's got something to say. The guy from Woburn has the floor. Let's give him a second here. This poor bastard.
I think Bill wrapped it up for everybody tonight. But
Okay.
Anyways, I've got only 3 things real quick.
Yeah. What you got?
1. I'm going to touch on what Brian said, your health. Take care of yourself. And I've been trying to do that. I've been jogging every day, but I keep running into restaurants.
Your ice cubes keep falling out of your glass.
Jay, Jay said, you can eat, but proportion things, either take it to go or like I'm used to going to barbecues. When they want in a hot dog, I'll say a hamburger. And I can't, they won't do that for me, Jay. Okay, Jay or Brian didn't get that. That's okay. We'll go on.
I'm sorry. I'm zoning out. I got your first one.
Yeah, whatever. You guys all have the great answers. I'm sorry. I can't top what you guys said. It was great.
Yeah, but what are you going to do for yourself going into 2025? What do you want to see different? What do you want to, what are you going to change? Yeah.
Dude, it has nothing to do with what I'm going to change. I'm hoping the music industry changes.
Well, that'll help.
I want more, better dance music for 2020.
More bangers. Yeah.
Right. That's going to help me tremendously.
Well, in all fairness, Eric, you're in a new market now, aren't you? I mean, kind of, sort of.
I know, but the market has nothing to do with it. I don't care where you live.
I mean, you moved, so
it's the music that's being put out, released. It's just, there are no floor bangers anymore. You're lucky to get two a month. I'm sorry. You know?
Agreed.
You as a karaoke guy,
Right,
do you have
no.
people come up
Yeah.
wanting to sing Sabrina Carpenter or
I'm not talking
Stevie Rexa or Chaperone?
I'm not even talking, Kerry. I'm talking going to a wedding, going to a birthday, but which I do all those, like you guys, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And there's not much to choose from with today's music. So I'm praying 2025 brings us a little bit more of that, I don't know, 80s, 90s feel maybe?
Yeah,
Or,
we're in that slump of there's
yeah.
nothing banging.
Right.
They'll keep calling back those old school hits when all of a sudden a new song shows up and you go like, this is oddly familiar. Oh yeah, it's that.
I'll even settle for
Yeah.
Uptown Funk feel again.
Yeah, everybody's trying to remix the old.
Give me something to work with.
Yeah. So your focus is health, and you want some new music, and that's what you're looking for going into 2025, and that'll make your life a happy place. That and you need a shed. It's going to get cold eventually, man. We got to get a shed in your backyard because you can't just keep sitting out on the back deck.
I don't care about the shed, John. I'm just saying,
He'll be out there and have park it with snow.
You need that murder shed. Yeah, you need
I'll
that shed back there.
I'll be out with my RAV4 if I don't get a shed. Don't worry.
There you go. All right, brother. All right.
All right.
In December, I'm going to come and pick you up. Be home when I come there. I'll be not beeping in the driveway. All right.
Yes,
I'll
pick Jay up. You pick Eric up, and we'll meet in the middle.
There you go.
All
That's
right,
it.
let's go.
One of us will drag his ass there. Damon, what are you thinking about for 2025? What are some of the important things that you're thinking it's going to take to be successful for DJs and people in this industry? What do you got?
I can't speak for everybody, but I'm going to start DJing at grocery stores now. For the simple fact,
I want to be where they handing out the roast beef samples.
No.
I just want to be DJing an end cap.
No, here's the thing. Have you listened to the music that's being played in grocery stores now? It's all 90s bangers music.
Yeah,
Depots like that. Yeah.
So I can go into
Home Depot's the same. Lowe's, same. They're all just playing like yacht rock and bangers. Yeah,
I mean,
depends what time of the day you go. Go ahead.
I was in the local grocery store. I heard Jamiroquai. I heard Robin S. I heard Waters. So, I mean, I can go DJ in a grocery store now and just be...
Shit, I couldn't even hear Jamiroquai on the radio, and you're hearing them in grocery stores?
I'm hearing them in the grocery store. I mean, I posted a video about it. And, so...
That's virtual insanity.
I actually did see that video, Dan. Yeah. I did, yeah.
Right. But no, all jokes aside, though, far as 2025 go, I'm looking to do more, definitely get my marketing up so I can get more gigs. Trying to expand my wedding business. Because right now I'm doing 10 to 15 a year, and I'm trying to get up to about 30 a year. I'll be happy with 30 a year.
That's a great vision.
Yeah, that's where I'm going at. I already got like 10 booked for next year, so I'm just trying to keep it moving. And also, on top of that, with that being said, today's prices are not yesterday's prices. So, if you know what that means, just because I charged you yesterday, that means that same price is not going to work today. So,
cool. We'll give you a second to shout out. Like, what market are you in, and where would you like to see more stuff coming your way? And where do you want to play? What's your area?
Well, I'm in the suburbs of Detroit. So, and I've talked to friends who are around here, and they're great wedding DJs, and I listen to how much they're charging for weddings, and I'm way under budget, No,
I actually had a thought.
But that's where I feel comfortable at right now, as far as my skills goes as a wedding DJ.
I don't know what everybody else in this room does, and I will keep this brief, I swear. But I was just thinking on topic tonight. I know Damon's into the BMX scene. That's his thing. And I'm into the car scene. Damon's into the car scene. I don't do a lot of cross branding, I guess, with my hobby. Like, I don't hustle it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should when I go to car shows. I should, you know what? I should be doing that.
How many people at those shows?
Oh, sometimes there's 300 cars.
Yeah.
And everybody who's, I'm the guy who isn't made of money. These guys are throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The danger of that, if you're playing that show, you're not enjoying that show. You're with your car and you're attending, and if you have to work it, it's like you give up a whole lot of the reason you're there. And so,
but
careful what you wish for.
It's not just the DJing the shows, because there's not a lot of money in that. It's doing work for the people who are attending the shows.
Yes.
And I wonder,
that's group and network.
Or Brian, what about,
do
you have somebody you trust to do that show?
No.
Or you bring your car?
No. I think I always thought it would be fun to DJ right out of the trunk. Like literally bring some Maui 5 Goes, put them in the trunk, pull them out, stick them there, DJ off the tablet. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. I could do it, be with my car, and I thought that would be fun. But regardless, I mean, there are people who I've met this year who have car collections in like the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They have shows on Netflix about their car collections. They're that big.
This is just one car of six.
Right.
That's just one guy. That's one guy.
Yeah, there's money.
I just did a wedding mix for a car guy in Chicago last week, and I made a pretty nice undisclosed amount of money for that 6.5 minute mix I did for his father-daughter.
Okay.
I did it at home. I emailed it to him. It was cool. He's my new connection. I think we can take some of our hobbies that we have sometimes and parlay them into, what we do, as long as they know what we do. I try not to talk about my DJ stuff when I'm talking about car stuff, but maybe I should do it more.
Well, I have got quite a few gigs off of being at the BMX track and stuff like that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, that's
good.
cool.
So there's a little cross-pollination there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Cool.
But remember, the other half of network is work.
Yes.
Yeah. So anybody in the South Detroit area looking to catch Damon, hit us up. Put it in the comments if you want to get Damon to come and do one of your stuff, because he's here.
I'm here.
He's still in the game like the rest of us. So thank you for your thoughts. Let's jump to Tom. Tom, you got some ideas for us, or are you just hanging? What are you thinking about?
I'm hanging for this.
Hanging.
You hanging?
That's
okay. We're not putting you on the spot.
We should talk to Alex. He's in Cyprus. He's doing destination weddings.
Hey, there you are. Yes.
Of them. We should find out what he's got going on for 2025, because he's got some good stuff.
He's got a hot destination wedding spot. He's on an island in the Mediterranean, and I bet he's got some interesting ideas for the year ahead. Why don't you give us a couple of tidbits, sir?
For me, next year, I'm developing bespoke setups for various different venues, because sometimes I get lots of lovely space, and sometimes I'm baby in the corner.
Right.
So I want to try and create unusual bespoke setups that put me aside from other DJs, and they say, that DJ is like, which one? Oh, the ones that got the thingy and the whatever, the way, I know that DJ, It used to be a point where it's like, the guy with the white thing, the white triangle things, 10 years ago, and now everybody's got white triangles, it looks like a meeting in the deep south. Sure. And
made you unique at one point. Now everybody looks like you. So it's like, I get it.
So I want to develop that. The other thing that I'm doing as well is I'm working with a couple of venues and developing their live acts. So I've worked with them and developed their lighting, worked with them with their sound systems, as a advisory, showing this is your budget. These are the kind of speakers that you need that will work with, the artists and bands that you're putting on. Slowly, and that's good for my Instagram as well, because people will then look and they go, oh, Alex, he doesn't just do weddings all the time, 24/7. He's actually doing this. We've got an event. Maybe we should call Alex, to do our event, so he can set up some trussing and lighting and blah blah blah. And it's not just that guy that's going to play the Macarena. So to broaden my social media outlook, as well as be a little bit different from a DJing point of view, to create different setups. It's always good to stand out. Not only from the way you look, but obviously from what you play as well. So you're not that DJ go, nobody's dancing. Hey, Macarena. Nobody's dancing. Wigfield. Nobody's dancing. Cotton Eye Joe.
You still got 3 or 4 more you can throw at the curtain there to see if that's going to work.
I don't want to write those yet.
If I play faster songs and I play louder, maybe they'll dance.
I'll crank it up. They'll start dancing. Exactly right.
So that's what I'd like to do. That's what I'm working on for 25.
For sure. That's awesome.
We've still got 2 seasons left, September, October for me. I don't know about you guys. So still a few weddings to go. But, winter is my super downtime. I've got, I haven't got anything booked for Christmas, which I'm happy about. And I'm doing my New Year's. I'm booked in for New Year's already. So again, that's an 80s, 90s. So even though it's pre-25.
If you need any help, I know about just 8 DJs that come help you for an 80s, 90s show out there in Cyprus. Easily.
Well, luckily enough,
fly us out. We'll all be there.
I know we guys, we have a chat
kind of
about
our sweet
the
spot,
yacht rock, and the everything pre-yacht rock and all that, pre-80s, and it's like, I was just born, so I'm being educated here. And it's like, no, 90s. I was alive during the 90s, so that's cool.
That's very important. No, all great tips.
Old enough to drink a beverage or two.
For sure. So there's a little bit of marketing, a little bit of strategic, to not look like everybody else. Those are great goals to have going forward into 2025. Bill, we're going to send it to you, and you get some thoughts for us.
Oh, there's so many. There really is.
I don't think we got about 18 minutes
for 2025. I mean, for me, it's more of
20-minute show. Yeah,
really bump your gear up to the point that it's professional. Network is probably the biggest thing I'm going to do for 25, in the sense of, and like I said, it's just, I never would have met you if it wasn't for Jay, and that's a network, and I can't say I can do my business today without you being part of it. And it's like-minded people. It's having people that are with you that can troubleshoot, can work with, or set up, or it's the right person for the right job and the right task, that kind of thing. That we're doing a lot more production and corporate and that kind of stuff, but there's still DJing that involves through it. And I mean, one of Boston's, I wouldn't say Boston, it's probably one of Joe Bermuda's, turned around and said, you were one of the best DJs on site that we did an event for. And
I'd love to have that.
It's just knowing and understanding and working through and having the right people, and all of that is a big part of it. But for me, I think for 25 is going to be the bigger networking and expanding, because like I said, the other side of network is work, and stop being the guy who's just, I'm better than everybody, or attitude. Be better about working with everybody. Be better about being a community. Just be better. That's the better too. It's the words. Be better.
It's excellent. And as a network in here and as a community, we've got some of the brightest bulbs in the DJ industry.
Yes, we do.
I'd like to say thank you to all our panel and all our participants. Thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys being here. Tune in next week. We'll be back with some more interesting information. BSR, hit that button, and we'll call this a day. Thank you